Hey traders, how are you? Rick here with Hit and Run Candlesticks. Today is Wednesday. Yeah, today's Wednesday, April 28, 2021. Hope everybody's doing great, and I hope everyone had a wonderful day today. Got some charts I want to talk about. A few of them are in that pinball setup. But let's talk about the market first, okay? Sorry, move some stuff here. So, really, we didn't get any information today to help us. Not at all. Outside of prices above the T-line here, we're still trending up. Bulls are still in charge. No matter how, I know a lot of people want to get awfully bearish. And there will be time for that. There will be. But right now, the bulls still control this market. We've been sideways for 3 days. We're inside this little box here I drew. Anything below the T-line tomorrow, it's getting close enough now where we need to be watching that. Anything below the T-line, tomorrow or even Friday, I'm going to be pretty doggone nervous. Pretty nervous we get below the T-line here. We did down here below these lows, 411 and some change. We get down there, and we're going to wish that we closed our longs out up here. So I'm going to be watching this very closely. I'm in, I think, 8 positions right now. I'm going to go closer to cash this weekend anyway. So between Thursday and Friday, I'm going to cut that in half or even a tiny bit more. But if we start coming back below the T-line, I will get closer and closer to cash. And if we can manage to get down into here, I'll put maybe a couple shorts on for the weekend. But we're going to watch this. We'll keep some close tabs on it. Main thing is I've really taken my trading to a real safety area, very cautious, very timid about buying, keeping those stops just a tad tighter, and sticking with those stops. So look, I know that everybody fudges on their stop sometimes. You put your stop in, and the stock slides below it a little bit because you didn't put a hard stop. So sometimes you'll fudge that stop. 101 reasons why you'll do that. I know a lot of people do it. I don't think this is one of those times to do it. Put your stop in there. If that doggone chart's not working, get out of it. Just in case you're down too much. Man, what would that be like? Let's see. You're in a stock. You fudge on that stop. It goes down a little bit. You look at this and you think, you know what? We're getting near support. And now you're going to take the bet that happens, right? Well, what if, while your particular stock you're in, what if the market, let's see, what if the market did this for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days that represents these candles here? Now remember, we're already down a ton. Now what if the market on that day there starts heading down? Well, you got to know, you just have to know that this is not going to happen, and it's going to chase itself down here. So be real quick with those stops. Okay, T2122, way up here in the nosebleed section. But we know that we can trade up here and everything works out as long as the trend works out and as long as price action works out. So as long as price action continues to hold the trend, we're good to go. VXX, it didn't show any fear other than a tiny gap down in the doji. Now, I'm not a big doji trader. I'm not a big one to get all excited over a doji there. But it does beg the thought there of, gap down doji, kind of fishy. In other words, I have seen many a chart over my 34 years of trading where something like this happens, and then the next day we see something like this. Now, that would be a Morningstar signal, and if this pans out, we want to be very, very careful. unless we get over this, basically the Trendicator here, I'm not going to get too excited, but I'm certainly going to stand up and take note of any bullishness that comes across that doji down here. So just a couple of those things and a couple of those charts that we might want to keep an eye on. All right, let's take a look at some trades. Let's start with Tilray here. Okay, so Tilray, it's on our list today. It's actually been on the hit and run candlestick watch list for some time because I follow pot stocks along with a few other areas of the market. So today, I bought this down in this area right here, and we closed it with 26% in here profit today. So it did turn out to be a day trade, but I didn't want to risk that profit. Now, as all the members know, the members and then trial members, which are the same, you know that you got the alert when I sent out that we were bought it. I sent out the stop. I sent out the option that we bought it at, and I sent out that we closed it. So let's keep an eye on all that. We'll watch for a pullback. That's what I'm looking for, a little bit of pullback maybe, or inside day, something like that. Inside day like that. And we might look to buy that back. Now, honestly, I really don't want it to go up anymore tomorrow or Friday. I would like to be closer to cash, so I hope it doesn't tease me and draw me in. What I would like is if it wants to move up to the 34 EMA here, okay, fine, but kind of pull back a little bit. We pull back into this area here, then that's where I'm going to look for another entry. Now, if we take a look at this, here's the 50-period moving average right here, and if we could put together a buy, I don't know, somewhere close to that line, that's a 25.5% move on this. So we'll keep an eye on it, and we'll certainly post in the members and trial members app. If you, we'll post there if it sets up, if we like it. Even if we don't buy it, we like the chart, I'll still post in there as well. Let's see here. Okay. SENS. This is another one that might be setting up, especially for those like $2 charts. A lot of people like this, the lower price chart. Nothing wrong with that. Man, I used to make a great living on doing this exact setup right here. Anyway, there's a few charts setting up. Nice little reversal here. Nice bullish engulf. Great consolidation. Little morning star here. Holding above the T-line. Now, while this is not quite a rounded or a pinball setup, not quite. If it was bought down near the 213 mark, we could call it actually we could go, let's see, 217. Man, we could go 219, whoops. Yeah, 219, 220, inside day, we could call this a pinball setup, okay? And I'll explain more in the trading room about that. But one thing I'm looking at is not just the 34 EMA in here, but the 50-period moving average. So let's take that 50-period moving average and bring it down. And if we were just to get a buy around 216, for that matter, let's just go up here. In fact, let's just do that. Let's just move this up. What if we got a buy right in here? Around 230, that's in the neighborhood of about 26.5% move. This is another one. We will post on the Hit and Run Candlestick app if that chart starts to move. XLE is setting up. In the trading room, we were looking at a lot of oil today. Oil was looking pretty good. Did not get in to any oil. Just Exxon's coming up for earnings. And it's like, let's just wait. Well, XLE here popped up over the 50-period moving average. It's been up 1, 2, 3, 4 days with a gap. Nice, real nice, but a little high to be buying. So here's our plan. We put this chart along with a lot of oil charts because oil's setting up this way, where they've popped up sort of out of the buy zone. We've put them in a special alert on one of our live trading alert setups that will alert us when we have a 3/8 trap setting up. So what we're going to be looking for is a pullback in this. Nice little pullback that gets us into that 3/8 trap. Maybe it's tomorrow, maybe it's not. Maybe it's Friday, maybe it's not. Maybe it's Monday, and so on and so on. But we're going to wait for that little pullback. And then we're going to watch for that buy signal, and then we'll climb aboard. So while I don't think it's a buy right now just because it's up too high, I think it is a great chart to watch. It looks like it's just ready to go. We just need it to come back into the pocket so we can place an order in there. So that's another one we'll pop out on the app. Here's AI. I posted AI in our social media side of the business the other day, and this is looking pretty good here. We rallied up, and here we pulled back. Let's see here. This is another one. It's not a pinball setup. Yeah, we can't even make it a pinball setup. So it's not quite a pinball setup. I don't care how low you buy it. It's not. Yeah. But here's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the possibility of going from here to the 50-period moving average, maybe a little bit higher. So this might be the trade area like that. Let's move this up. It might be more in that area. So 21.5%, we're looking for that little move. We're going to wait for it to set up. We'll wait for the right time, and we will look at buying it. We'll also post it on the app. NUE is setting up nice. I love this kind of a setup here, where move a little bit sideways, and we come down, and then we rally up, and we just go sideways again. I think that's a terrific little trade. This is also a nice little handle right here, and this whole area right here makes the scoop, and now we've got the breakout. So here's a scoop pattern. We've got a nice little breakout, and we have a little consolidation up here that's giving us a little idea where to buy, maybe inside the buy box or on a breakout. Earnings not till the 22nd of July. I didn't look at those, so make sure you check the earnings, okay? Looking pretty good here, like this one. Crisp, one of our members actually bought Crisp back here, ended up taking their money off of it, and it's back on his watch list again. Totally agree. Looks fantastic. I'm looking for a break. Excuse me. I'm looking for a breakout. However, if it was to do something like that and give us a entry in this area, so give us an entry. What is that? Stock is in here. If I see it start to open up into a bullish candle in this area, I just might go for it. However, I will want it to break out. Maybe another way to trade this would be just to wait for the breakout. That might be a way to trade that as well. Just wait for that breakout up there. That'll get us closer to the T-line trend. Yeah, that'll get us closer in there. That excuse me. Yeah, that might be a pretty good place. And then we might be looking at about 25% move on that. QS might be setting up. Morningstar signal here. Follow through. A little consolidation over the T-line. And up to the 34 EMA, this is a pinball setup. So from, there we go, from about there up, that meets our pinball criteria. We'll wait for the alert to come in there, and that just might be a nice trade. That's a good percentage. Now, there's also another trade here. So what we're going to do is we'll just take it down here and then go up to the 50. And there's about 31.5%, depending on where you actually, buy it, where we actually buy it, and then where we actually sell it. It might not get there. It might put a sell signal in there and have to get out. But it's the chart pattern that right now is suggesting a little bit of a higher move. I do want to remind people that make no mistake about charts like this coming off the bottom. They're in a downtrend, and all we can really shoot for is a relief rally. Once we get to that stopping point, then the chart's going to have to prove itself. So right now, all I am looking for is a relief rally. Here's Nikola. Nikola's setting up. Now, I'm already in Nikola. It doesn't have earnings till the end of next month, so I'm okay with it. I have plenty time to hold it. I'm already in Nikola here. It's looking pretty good. I like this setup. Needs to see buyers before it can go higher. We'll certainly watch for that. And you can see it's a nice 29% up to the 50-period moving average. And here from about the T-line, it's about 14.5%. Ride is one setting up. Take a look at that. Ride. From ride to the 34, 22, almost 23%, well, 22%. So a nice little 22% move on that. Boom. That's what we're going to be looking for the first trade. And for the second trade, we'll be looking for that up there for about 38%. There's VIAC might be setting up. Oh, hang on. I'm going to check something. Oh, there we go. Let's fix that. Here's VIAC setting up here. Nice sideways consolidation in there. Great little bullish engulf. Let's take this and go up to the 34 from about the T-line in there. There we go. About 22%. The next trade that we'll be looking for is up here toward the 50, and that puts us at about 44.5%. So, you know, the nice thing about this setup, looking at this first one to the 34, if this gives us a buy signal, we enter that, it moves up, maybe we sell half or some, or all, and then it rests for a little bit, sets up again, and then we get that other entry, and that makes an overall nice trade. Beautiful trade. One last chart here, silver may be sitting up. Now, we're already in this. We were in it, and it gapped down today, and I added to it today. Again, I posted all the, anytime we make adjustments, adjust stops or anything like that, or add to a position, I post that in the members app. So this is setting up a great comeback today. Really, I was really glad because, man, you're in this thing and it gaps down. Nobody likes that. But it came back very nice today. If we take some of the choppiness out of it, it's still a nice little J-hook setting up here, but a little bit of sloppiness in the price action. Alrighty, I want to thank everybody for watching our video. I absolutely appreciate it. Thanks for all your comments. I appreciate that. And again, if you don't have to be in the trading room at all to get the alerts. You have to log in once every 7 days. You do have to do that. And that kind of resets the app for you. Anytime you need, if you need to go somewhere, you need to be somewhere, or you're at the doctor's or at the golf course or wherever, you'll be able to keep track of what we're doing if you like to do that. Alrighty. Thanks a bunch, everybody. Hope to see you tomorrow. Hope you have a great weekend coming up. Stay safe. Good trading.